Hi everybody, this is Jean Proppe, your instructor. Welcome to Music 114, the history of rock and roll in Moodle. This is basically a general video to help you get around Moodle. I'll show you some of the highlights of the course, but you still really should read all of the pertinent information in this first box you see called the course information area. I'm in as a student, so this is as close as I can get to looking like you should look when you first enter the course. The main part of the course is here in the middle, and I'll scroll down. You can see this first box, course information, is your home box. It will stay there the whole course. You'll refer back to it multiple times to get instructions and all kinds of helpful links. The course is set up with these boxes. Settings, this is where you'll check your grades. This is where you can also change your profile, which is one of the first things you probably want to do. Whenever you click the triangles, you can extend the boxes for choices. You can edit your profile. You can add pictures. You can do all kinds of interesting things in Edit Profile. So I'm going to collapse that triangle again. All of these boxes actually can be collapsed as well by clicking the little minus if you want it to be smaller. See, now I just see the heading Settings. Hit the plus and it expands it to where we saw it before. I've included a calendar. This will help you as you start to plan out your homework for the course. On the right side, we have a welcome box that I've included. This is where I'll post general news information about the course. Oh, let's see, there's a new link you need to know about, or reminders of upcoming assignments. They'll be here in the announcements section. The activities section is another great place to see your assignments all at one quick blink. You can just see them. I'll click on assignments here. So you can see, these are the written assignments, including everything up to the concert reports and extra credit. All right, we're back to the middle. So the middle is the meat and potatoes of the course. As you scroll down a little further, you see this welcome information, getting course information, getting started information. The most important thing initially is reading this syllabus completely. It is a fairly large one. It has a lot of information. You may even want to print it out and keep it handy as you go through the online course. There are some pictures of the required textbooks, 2 of them for this course, but both of them are readily available used on many different book sites. So they are not, in total, I think you can get both of them used for maybe $50, $60. I have a grading rubric for all writing assignments. That's important to read so you know what category your writing will fit in as you complete your assignments. How the discussion forums work. That includes how they're graded and the dates. Let's click on that for a second and take a look in that. There are a lot of discussion forums in this particular course. All except for the first one include mostly outside research and or watching films that you will then have set questions to answer regarding the films you have rented at home and watched. They are discussions, so you need to post and respond to students in your class. Discuss with them. Don't post and then leave. That'll give you the least amount of points in the class. So it is set up so that to be eligible for the full points, you need to post at least 1 new post by Wednesday of the week the forum is open. And then again before the forum closes. And thoughtful posts, of course, we're always polite to one another even if we don't always agree. These are usually a great way to get to know one another in the class. There's always fantastic new information that is offered. So please read through this, how to participate in the discussions, and if you have any questions about that, please don't hesitate to send me an email and let me know. All right, back to the main part of our course. So please read through everything in the course information box, this first one. You may need technical help at some point during the semester. Most people do occasionally. This is where you should click to fill out a help desk ticket. I'm not a technical advisor for you for computer related issues. I'm a content advisor, and of course I'm the facilitator and instructor for the course. So any course content information. Of course, if you had a problem and they didn't get back to you quickly, they usually respond within, say, 24 hours. Please involve me with that, because then I will need to get someone to help you. But if you have any strange glitches in the Moodle system going through the MiraCosta sites, please go to them first, because they are open many different hours that I am not. So please go to the help desk first. In this course information box, I've included some subheadings. Course resources is really an important area you're going to return to frequently. It helps you get started on the requirements for the course. The instructions for the readings from the Rockin' in Time textbook, which is this one up here. The instructions for the non-listening quizzes, because they are based entirely off of the readings and the questions you're going to see for studying from this book. The instructions for the Pop, Rock, and Soul Reader, which is this book up here. These are written assignments you will be turning in almost every week, beginning on week 3. You have a terms list for both of the midterm and the final, separate ones, midterm and final. These terms are not defined in either one of these textbooks. The instructions for the listening quizzes. There are 3 listening quizzes, and they're based off of the song lists, which are contained beneath here. It's required that everyone attempt the practiced listening quiz. There's no excuses for technical difficulty if I go in and see that you didn't attempt the practice listening quiz. So give it a shot. It only has a few questions to make sure your audio is working, to make sure that you can replay the selections if need be, that you can see the multiple choice questions that are being asked. So please spend some time in here way before the deadline for the first listening quiz. There are instructions for completing an essay, a formal essay you'll have for this class called the Rock and Politics Essay. More details will be coming in a little bit for that. And then you are required to attend 2 concerts for this course. One, a rock concert. The second can also be a rock concert, or it can be a jazz concert. And there's some details here on how to complete that report, questions to pose as you write it and as you go hear the music. And then there is a link to a sample concert report, actually up here in a box called Sample Essays. Let me open that for you. There's a sample rock concert report. There's also a sample rock and politics essay, but I really suggest you read the parameters for this first before you read the sample. For the rock and politics essay, I will be sending you a song for analysis. You will not be picking this on your own. And then I have another little link, a concert links, because you have to attend concerts. And this is just for those students that live in the San Diego area. But these are a couple of different links for calendars of that area. You may as well have some great ideas for concerts you might want to share with the class. Please let me know. You can also post those in the introductory discussion forum, because I'll leave that open for the duration of our semester for things like students providing more information. It's oftentimes that students can tell other students on how to navigate parts of the course, maybe when I'm not online or I'm not available. I try to answer emails within 48 hours, but sometimes people need answers more quickly, and other classmates can help provide some of that information. So this is your week 1. One of the first things you must do is participate in this discussion forum, which is in introducing yourself. I will pose a few questions based off of some of the details from this first course information box. But then you have a mandatory quiz based off of the information from the syllabus, from the how to get around the discussion forums. Anything in here is game for this mandatory quiz. This also tells me who is in the class and who was a no-show. If you do not complete this quiz, you will be considered a no-show and dropped from the course. There are many, many people who are on the wait list and they would like to participate in the course. On week 1, you also have what I call the lecture slideshows. It's my voice with some PowerPoints, briefly getting you started. Each week should have, with a couple of exceptions, most weeks will have a lecture slideshow. Week 1, you have an assignment based off of a little bit of internet research. These are the instructions, how many points it is worth. And then this is the turn it in box where you'll turn in that assignment. And then many weeks I'll have a preview for something coming up right around the corner, particularly if it's including more internet research, renting a film, just kind of keeping us on track. This is previewing our discussion forum for week 2, which is on Wikipedia. Everybody uses Wikipedia. You are to read a couple of articles on Wikipedia, answer some more questions for the discussion forum, as well as a second assignment with more instructions for week 2. Week 1 and week 2 do not utilize the textbooks yet. I've designed that on purpose because I do realize that not everybody starts the semester off with everything in their hands. But, let me scroll down here a little farther. By week 3, you should have your textbooks, because that is when the meat and potatoes of those particular chapters start showing up as assignments. So chapter 1, which will include the study questions you're going to use to study for, to prepare for the non-listening quiz. Let's look at that for just a quick moment. There you go. So there's study questions from your Rockin' in Time textbook. The non-listening quizzes are created entirely from all the chapters of these. So you should have them available and ready to answer as you prepare yourself to take the first non-listening quiz. You will not be turning in these answers to me. You will be using them for study purposes. So review them. It's a good idea to have them out as you read through the chapters. All right, back to our week 3, where we first see the use of the Rockin' in Time textbook. Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, a brief slide lecture, overview of some of the roots and pioneers of rock and roll, and the instructions for how to complete the assignments for the pop, rock, and soul reader assignments. This is your second textbook. This is the assignment, again based off of questions from specific readings in this textbook. And you will be returning them in right here in the assignment link itself. You won't have a separate Turnitin link for those assignments. Look in your emails around week 3 or the beginning of week 4. I will be sending you the song that you'll be analyzing for the rock and politics essay. Here are the instructions on how to get going. You can also read them in the course information box at the top of the course as well. Week 4 is your first non-listening quiz. You've got chapters in Rockin' in Time, another slide lecture from me, and your first non-listening quiz based off of chapters 1 through 4, the questions I've posed in all of those links for you. Another link to the instructions for the pop, rock, and soul reader assignment, another new assignment from that textbook, and a reminder of the rock and politics lyric assignment essay. If you don't get my email, then let me know. By the end of week 4, everyone should have received their song. Maybe we have an email problem. We're not getting in touch with one another. Please politely email me and I'll be happy to send you your song again. A reminder to prepare for the discussion forum coming up in week 5. There's some questions that are need some advanced research, so you can see the questions here even before the forum opens up again. Get prepared for that. It will open up on the dates above. So back to the top here. I meant this to be a brief overview, but it's becoming longer. In addition to the sample essay box, I provided a internet resources box. This is just a link to the archive site for Billboard magazine. Another box that will be there is an RSS feed box for Rolling Stone, Spin magazine, NME Express, which is the New Music Express magazine, and I think there's a New York Times popular music link in there. Those are just additional resources as you do some of your researching for the class. They're handy to have available to you. But look around, click on things. You really can't hurt things. If you get lost, you can always go home and start over again. So get to know the course. In the first weeks, you will only be able to see weeks 1 through 4. But very quickly after we get started, I'll open up the entire class for you. There are assignments due on almost every week of the course. The video links that are contained in the weekly boxes are there to enhance your learning. Sometimes we'll discuss them, particularly in the case of the Parents Resource Music Council links, which are much later in the course. But this is rock and roll. We need to see some of these images live. We need to see the music videos and the films that these great artists made. So the videos are there for enhancements. You're never going to be tested with a video, but they can help you in your learning. And if they ever die and I don't catch it, I would love it if you politely would let me know, hey, the link to this one's gone. Because, you know, YouTube, that happens. So if you have any questions getting going with the class, again, please politely send me an email. I try to answer all the emails within 48 hours. Please put Music 114 in the subject or something in the subject that is referring to the course number. I don't answer blank subject emails. You can email me directly in the course, or you can email me at my campus email address, which is on the syllabus. Let's open that up so you can see it. jproppy@miracosta.edu. All right, well, welcome to the course. I hope you enjoy it. We look forward to learning about the history of rock and roll together.